Hey guys, how's it going? 8-Bit Eric here, and I got caught by surprise from this game. This is Gunlord X. Apparently this came out on the Neo Geo in 2012. Is that right? I didn't know they were making Neo Geo games that late, and then this also had like a Dreamcast port or something. It was called Gunlord. Now it's Gunlord X. It's a 2D run and gun platforming game that is just all sorts of crazy. I mean, wow. I was told about this game from some friends. They said, dude, you have to check this game out. And then more and more people kept saying, man, you really need to check this game out. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this game out. So today's video is about Gunlord X for the Nintendo Switch, guys. Let's find out if it is worth buying. And if you're brand new, feel free to throw a subscription for the channel, and let's go ahead and begin. So Gunlord X, as I mentioned, 2D run and gun game. It's very interesting, actually. I never heard of this game. I never even knew anything about it, like I said, and it has a real old school vibe. Most games nowadays always have these like ways of trying to make callbacks and pay tribute and homage to games of yesteryear, and this one actually kind of reminded me of Turrican a little bit. You know, you have a character that has to make it from point A to point B in these stages, and along the way you just have all sorts of enemies everywhere. This is a really hard game, in my opinion. I usually suck at games like this, and it took me quite some time to even get past the first stage, but you gotta love the way that this game looks. It almost has like a filter, like a screen filter on it, like a CRT filter that makes it feel like you're playing an arcade game. Even like the title screen and the startup screen of it just have this real old school feel to it, and I really enjoyed the presentation of it. I mean, the sound effects, the music, the way the gun sounded, the way the enemies looked, the graphics in general. This really feels like it is something that I'm playing from back in the 90s that I would have played in the arcade. And if you're a retro gamer like myself, you can really enjoy a lot of these games that are coming out on not just the Switch, but the PS4 and the Xbox and even Steam. There's a lot of games that replicate that feeling well, and a lot of them kind of hit the mark. Well, Gunlord X definitely freaking home runs this. I mean, this genuinely feels like something I would have played growing up, and I get to play it when I'm almost 40 now. So yeah, Gunlord X, as I mentioned, you go through these stages that are really kind of like almost like mazes. It has a real little Metroidvania type of vibe to a lot of the action and environment in it. In fact, some of the platforming and the enemies that are like attached to the walls and stuff that attack you look like they could be from a Metroid game, and that's honestly not a bad thing. Now, it is pretty linear, you know, just because it has similarities to Metroid and Metroidvania games doesn't mean that it's one of those, you know, where do I go next and backtracking type of games, and not. Fortunately, for the most part, the levels are pretty linear, and every once in a while you will see an arrow and a sign that says exit that points you to go in that right direction. So you won't get lost in this game, but you definitely will die a lot. Now, continues are done in a unique way. There's like gems that are covered throughout the stage, and like the more gems you get, a certain amount of gems will allow you to continue immediately right off to where like you died. So like you could go through your lives, spawn instantaneously there, but then once you run out of lives, it's game over unless you have a certain amount of continues built up with these diamonds. I thought that was really interesting. It was almost kind of like, instead of putting coins in an arcade machine, it was like you build up towards your continues and stuff, and it added a real degree of challenge because these diamonds are scattered all throughout the levels and stuff, and you know, there's real big ones, that the ones that you want to go to, but those are usually a little bit more challenging to get to, or you have to get you know, through dangerous territory in order to build up all those gems to where you can get the continues and stuff. So controls, just like any other run and gun, like Contra, Metroid, stuff like that. You could shoot diagonally above you, you could jump and shoot down. The one thing that you can't do is actually crawl up along the walls or crawl, like climb on the ceiling and shoot at the same time. You kind of got to stop, but those parts of the game really don't happen too often, but it is kind of cool when you see that. There are some you know, pits of death. You know, you fall into like toxic waste or water or lava or any kind of death traps like that. But you do get a few hits in from the enemies. Luckily, you do have a little bit of a life meter, not much. There isn't in much of way of like upgrades or added weapons or anything. You do get power-ups that are scattered throughout the area. You'll see like little icons are like blue and green and things like that that change your weapon up just a little bit. But I would like to see some added stuff that gets to stay in your inventory, but it didn't work like that. You know, I would have liked to see a little bit more RPG elements and stuff like that, but this game really plays more like just an arcade platforming game, if anything like that. I mean, this game is designed to freaking take your sack lunch, beat you up, kill you, and make you start over from square one. Luckily, every stage you beat, you are able to go back and do like a level select, so you can try to just, you know, replay it, get a better score, or just continue where you left off at. Because when I died a couple levels in, I was like, oh man, do I really have to start over from level 1? Thank God this is not a roguelike that permadeaths you and makes you start from scratch. So there are some interesting like breaks between the levels. There's like one area where like you're actually in like a art type of vehicle. You're flying in the air and you're shooting. It's almost like a bullet hell for a couple of times. There's a couple of those segments in here. So they do change it up quite a bit. I will say the bosses in this game are fantastic. Some of these take up like the whole screen and they are very challenging as well. So there's just a little bit of everything actually in Gunlord X. If I was to describe it, I'd say it's like a goulash of like retro gaming goodness. You got a little bit of shooters here. You got a little bit of like R-Type, a little bit of Contra, a little bit of Metroid. Just mash it up together, throw it into a pot and call it a day, because Gunlord X is fantastic. Spot on. I liked it. I prefer to play pro controller with this stuff. Didn't feel any issues with lag. No problems with the way the controller setup was. Nothing like that. And this is actually a beautiful game to play on the go as well. So I had a lot of fun checking Gunlord X. I honestly think this is a little surprise for me, considering I didn't know much about it. It flew under the radar for me in the eShop. I really haven't seen too many people talking about it, to be quite honest. You know, there's so many Nintendo Switch YouTubers out there, and I really haven't seen anybody mention this game at all. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, because so many people recommended this game to me. I was going to return the favor and let you guys know that there's something out there that is actually really good and should be played, because this game definitely should be in your Nintendo Switch collection. I'm gonna rate this game a solid 8, just because it's fun on the content. It's a little short. There's not that many stages. I think there's like less than 10, and some of them are really easy to breeze through, but the challenge is still there. And what I mean by easy is that they're kind of short. You know, you get to certain parts of the game and you just kind of can just complete the levels rather quickly, but it's still a lot of fun. It still has a lot of arcade elements in it and stuff that make it tons of replayability as far as it goes, even if it's short on the time, guys. So I do recommend you check it out. And that's it for today's video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Again, if you are brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription, and don't forget to comment down below. Have you tried Gunlord X, or are you interested in it, or is it just not your vibe? Let me know down below, and don't forget to comment and dislike, or dislike, you know, show some engagement. And speaking of engagement, I do have a brand new Discord group if you're interested in joining it. I'm going to put a link down in the description. Come have fun and chat with other people of the 8BitE Nation. It's popping in there. It's growing. It's huge. It's a lot of fun, guys. And thanks a lot, as always, for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day. Peace out. Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric. We got a big convention announcement. I will be at RetroPalooza Houston, June 8th and June 9th at the Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, Texas, which is basically the Houston, Texas area. So come on out. If you live within driving distance of Pasadena, Texas, there's absolutely no reason to get off your keister and come hang out at the convention and meet some of us. Who's scheduled to appear? Well, let me go ahead and let you know. We got Boogie2988 coming out. We got Mr. Creepypasta, Gaijin Goomba, Woodhawker, myself, the Game Chasers, and plenty more. And you know what? It's going to be a Saturday and Sunday con. We got June 8th, June 9th, baby. Saturdays hours are from 9 to 5, and Sundays is from 10 to 5. So there's plenty of time, plenty of panels, plenty of possible raffles and stuff, giveaways. They got free play, console area. It's a great time. This is like the 4th RetroPalooza in Houston. I've always been there because, you know, I'm the best. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I definitely look forward to seeing you guys. I will have t-shirts on sale available, and you can just meet and greet, hang out. I'll sign stuff for free. I know people think we charge, but no, we don't. And yeah, I'll just kind of kick it with you guys, possibly even have a beer with you. Come on out, guys. RetroPaloozaHouston.com. You can get your tickets in advance, so you have them at the door. Matter of fact, they're cheaper right now if you get them through their website. If you wait till the day of the con, you're going to be paying a little bit, and why not save some money for video games? Now, ticket prices, if you get them ahead of time, right now, the weekend pass, I believe, is $25, and then Saturday's $20, and Sunday only is $15. So you can get both days for $25. You practically almost get a day free by getting a weekend pass. So you can go to RetroPaloozaHouston.com, get your tickets ahead of time. Again, it's at the Pasadena Convention Center in Pasadena, Texas, June 8th and June 9th. Be there, be square, guys. I want to meet ya. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description.